Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and this is going to be a little bit different. This time I'm going to be doing a little test here. I want to see if Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus on PlayStation 4 has been fixed or not. They did release an update for this, version 1.03. When I stream this game on my other channel, POF_gaming, I was playing the 1.02 version. So they released the 1.03, which says general bug fixes. Now, when I streamed this game, there were two major problems with this version of the game, with this port of the game. The first and foremost, by far the most glaring issue, would be the Miss Ruby boss fight section. This, I would say, was pretty much completely unplayable. At least on PS4 it is. So let's go ahead and see if this got addressed. Basically, the controls would randomly just stop responding, and you can't really have a boss fight, which is like a rhythm type minigame, and then the controls just suddenly stop working. There's a lot of people out there online that are giving this game, like, you know, just glowing reviews, saying that, oh, this is awesome that we finally have it on PS4 and PS5, and while it is great that we have that, apparently a lot of people are not talking about the fact that this is, like, unplayable. So let's see if this got fixed. Because I think it's kind of a shame that, you know, a lot of people, this is their first exposure to this game. And just to give myself the best possible outcome here, I disabled the rewind, since I am on base PS4. So this should be, like, give me the best opportunity here for, like, in terms of, like, input latency and everything. So it's definitely going to be on the game, not me, if this goes wrong. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, a lot of people's first exposure to this game is going to be on PS4. There's a lot of people, younger people, that didn't play this on PS2 or PS3. This is going to be their first impression of the game, and if it doesn't work correctly, then people are going to be like, wow, this is bad. Just know that it's the port of the game and not the game itself, it's the emulation.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll unleash my mighty mojo magic upon you. If you repeat what I do, you'll dodge it just fine. If not, you'll get zapped.
A little voodoo Simon Says, huh? Sounds easy.
If you turn off the rewind, it does help with the latency issue. It's stuttering a little bit, so you can see why that's off by default. Let's see how well this goes. So far, so good. It didn't respond to the X that time. Oh no, don't tell me they didn't fix it and it still randomly cuts out. Let's see, maybe that was a fluke. Let's see. Next section. Okay, final section. Here we go. Surprisingly, that seemed to work pretty well. It's gonna be a fast-paced section here. Nope, it didn't respond to triangle there. Well, I was able to do it without dying, so maybe it's gotten better. It's not perfect.
But it won't help you none if you're fixing to go after the panda.
There was a couple of times where it did drop my input.
With a capital T. You go poking around his stronghold in China, you're likely to get poked back.
Yeah, well, if he's anything like the rest of you, I think I'll manage. Ms. Ruby's section of the Thievius Raccoon.
Okay, we're gonna skip that. Let us check and see if the other issue was addressed. It seems like that was better. Now, it is possible that turning off the rewind helped with that, though, too. So, but let's check and see if the other issue was fixed. This is the other really glaring problem with this port of the game. So, in the level Burning Rubber, there is major audio issues and texture problems here, and let's see if that got fixed.
We've got to get through that security door on the far side of the cavern.
No, it did not.
The only way to unlock it is to analyze at least 60 of those hanging computers.
Would have been
Oh, man. It's still broken.
That won't be a problem. I can hack the computer's connection coupling so they'll fall to the ground. Then Murray will have to run over them with the van.
Okay, and Murray.
What a shame.
Use our new battering ram by hitting.
This is going to be people's first impression of this game.
Keep you from those computers.
Murray,
It's still just totally broken.
computers up there. Now these fire slugs seem intent on getting to them before us. The first one to 60 computers wins.
Hopefully people will realize that this is just an emulation problem and not the game itself for stuff like this. Because yeah, this is still pretty broken. Textures are still just randomly just stop working right. Very strange bug. Kind of like butchering the legacy of the game having it like that. So, yeah. So let me see if I turn rewind back on. Right, so now I've got the rewind active. What if I do the Miss Ruby boss fight section again? Let's see if I can repeat my first run of that. With the rewind on this time. See, now so you can see it's building up the rewind now. Let me go and get my Lucky Charms back. Get me Lucky Charms. Me Lucky Charms cereal. See if I can repeat the Miss Ruby section. Because it wasn't too bad. You know, it wasn't perfect. It did screw up a couple times, but it wasn't bad. Definitely does run a little bit slower when you got the PS4 trying to build up the rewind. There is some slowdown, but I'm curious if that's going to affect the Miss Ruby boss fight section.
Could feel that Cooper vibe a coming. Most distastefully bad juju.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too, lady. Cooking up an army of ghosts isn't a very neighborly pastime.
Oh, Sly. I see
Because
your
I looked
mouth
online and I
moving.
couldn't even find any information about the 1.03 update.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, if Jaws need to fly,
Apparently this has been
then fly.
Sony's most successful PlayStation 2 Classic release up to this point.
Sly Cooper.
So kind of a shame that they screwed it up so badly at launch here. Kind of pathetic that we can't even properly port a 22-year-old video game.
Come back here. You can't run away forever.
Quite true. Quite true. Why don't I have my servant Chumley escort you over here?
All right. What's the catch?
Oh, not much. Just a little game I like to play with all my annoying guests. I want to see how well you pay attention.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll unleash my mighty mojo magic upon you. If you repeat what I do, you'll dodge it just fine. If not, you'll get set.
A little voodoo Simon Says, huh? Sounds easy enough.
Alright, here we go. Didn't respond to the X again. Not responding to my inputs. Totally dropped out. So yeah, it's not fixed. It might be better. I'm not struggling anywhere near as bad as I did the first time when I streamed this on my other channel, but it's still not 100% there. Didn't respond to triangle. Alright, that was my fault. That time I wasn't ready. Let's try this section again. Didn't respond to circle. So yeah, it's still got issues. It seems to be better if you have rewind off. So I would suggest if you're playing this and you're frustrated by the game, you're like, what the fuck? This is completely broken. Yes, you're right. It is broken. That's the problem of the port. It's not you. And it's not the game either. It's the port of the game. It's the fact that it's some weird emulation issue, which is really unfortunate. But if you're really struggling with it, you can hit the options button on your PlayStation 4 controller, go down, go to enhancements, and then turn that off. If you're on PlayStation 4, I definitely suggest doing that. I'm not sure if that's broken on PS5 as well, if it's got like weird latency problems or whatever on there. If it is, because I'm pretty sure this is off by default, at least on base PS4. I'm pretty sure this is off on by default. But if you're having issues with it, I suggest trying that. So yeah, it's not fixed. I don't know what issues they actually fixed. Maybe it's a little bit better, but it's still pretty damn bad. So I don't know what 1.03 actually fixed, but it says general bug fixes. I'm not seeing the bug fixes. So I don't know. It's just really unfortunate that, you know, in this day and age, we can't even do ports correctly a lot of the time anymore. I mean, I played Destroy All Humans 2 Reproed when that launched on the Xbox Series S, and that game had a lot of problems too. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing. It seems like a lot of these companies are just getting complacent. You know, they're just not able to really release games in a proper state anymore for whatever reason, and it's really unfortunate because people's first impression of a lot of these games, you know, they've never played the original, and then they see this kind of stuff and they're like, man, this game sucks. It's not the game, it's the port of the game. But anyway, with that being said, you guys take care. Catch you guys later.